Being in front of the camera is like part awkward, part scary, part exciting. If you're looking for ways to take your personal brand to the next level on a visual aspect, then my number one tip for you is to work with a professional photographer for your branded photos. Okay, that is a big statement, and I know that might make a lot of you uncomfortable, and I get it. Being in front of the camera is like part awkward, part scary, part exciting, intimidating, like all sorts of things. Now, my background is in photography, so I'm very comfortable behind the camera. When I started transitioning to be in front of the camera, I went through all of the emotions that you're probably going through after you heard me say that you should work with a professional photographer. Now, before I go too much deeper into this video, I want to make it very, very clear that working with a professional photographer is not necessary in order for your practice or your business to succeed. I understand that it can be expensive, and if it's not in your budget and you've been taking photos with your phone or a smaller camera, that's fine. You don't have to use professional photos. Now, this video is about how to take your personal brand on a visual aspect to the next level. And so my tip to you is to use a professional photographer. So if that's something that you're looking to do, this video is for you. I'm gonna share with you 5 tips to keep in mind when working with a professional photographer. This will make your photo shoot, your nerves before the shoot, everything just go a lot easier, and you'll make sure that you get exactly what you're looking for. Another thing, this video is part 1 of 2, so make sure that you watch part 2 of this video. I'll post this after this video, and this will be the behind the scenes of me going in front of the camera for photos for my personal brand. Anyway, so keep an eye out for that. Moving on to the 5 tips to work with a professional photographer. Number 1, set a budget. Make sure that you know how much you are prepared and willing to spend, because professional photography for branded photo shoots, portrait style, things that you would want to post on your Instagram or on your website, they can seriously range from anything between $200 to $1,200. It depends on your location, it depends on the photographer, it depends where you're shooting and what you're shooting. I know that that's a huge range, and I can't recommend what part of that range would be best for you, because your needs, your business, what you're looking for is totally different from myself and what the next person watching this video could be looking for. So my tip for you is to just establish what your budget is. Tip number 2 is to make sure that you've seen their work. Have you taken a good look at their portfolio? Now, a lot of photographers nowadays are focusing on posting their work on Instagram, on social media, and that's fantastic. Take a look, go through their feed and look at the type of work, the type of people that they've worked with. Is their work something that you would want for yourself? And if they have a website, even better. If they have a more extensive portfolio, make sure you take a look at that. Don't go with just anybody who has a nice camera and says that they're a photographer. Please, please, please make sure that you've looked at their work and make sure that you like what you see. This is going to save you so much headache when working with a professional photographer. And tip number 3 may seem kind of simple/silly, but it's so, so important. Make sure that you feel comfortable with your photographer, that you like your photographer. So how are you supposed to do this if you find your photographer on Instagram or on the internet, or somebody recommended them to you and you've never met them in person? Go through their website, go through their social media profiles, and see if they are the type of person that you would follow or join their community on Instagram or Facebook, even if you were not looking for a professional photographer. Okay, so if you can say, I like this person, we could be BFFs in real life or online BFFs, then, and you like their work and they're within your budget, you're golden. Definitely contact them and get together to get your personal branded photos done. If they're a photographer who you like, they do amazing work, but something just isn't jiving right with you, chances are the day of your photo shoot, when you're in front of their camera, you're gonna have the same feeling. You're not going to feel comfortable in front of them. So please make sure that you go and you visit their website, their profiles, and see if you like them. Could you be BFFs in real life? Hopefully the answer is yes. Tip number 4 is to make sure that you are clear on the terms. Make sure you know what you're getting. Does this photographer edit all of the photos for you? Does this photographer provide a certain amount of photos? So is it 30 photos that they're going to provide you? Is it 100? Is it a range? Is it only what you order from them in their print shop? Are they going to provide an online photo gallery? Are you going to make the final selections? Are they making the final selections? And again, how many photos are you getting? How long is your photo shoot going to last? How many outfits can you have? Do they want input? Make sure you understand exactly what you're getting from them in order to avoid any confusion or any friction after the shoot. Tip number 5 when working with a photographer for your personal brand photos is to know what you want. So take the time to go through Instagram or Pinterest and literally screenshot examples. Now, I'm not saying copy, I'm saying look for inspiration of what you also want. So if you are used to working at your desk, look at Pinterest and look at some other posing or ideas and inspiration that you can look at so that, one, you're not lost the day of your shoot and you have ideas as to where you're going to put your hands, which direction you're going to look in, and also to give this to your photographer so that they know what you're looking for. Now, I'm not saying to give them a specific shot list of every single thing that you're looking for because you want them to know that you trust them. That's why you hired them in the first place, right? Because you like them and you trust them. But having kind of like a library of images that you found on Instagram or Pinterest is going to help the both of you make sure that you know that you're on the same page. All right, so those are my 5 tips to keep in mind when working with a professional photographer for your personal brand photos. Again, this is part 1 of 2. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through when I work with a professional photographer and when I'm in front of the camera. Yes, it is awkward, but it is totally doable, and I'll give you some more tips in that video, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time.